him with the okey doke. All right, I'm gonna okey doke this bitch and get her to give up her marital rights. You can't even get him to sign a prenup. Now you're gonna go prenup on top of the ecclesiastic marriage. This is you guys are crazy. All right, and at that point, I have to dismiss myself from a group of men. I mean, that would be almost all black men, and that would be certainly a group called the Manosphere. All right, I am outgrown, obviously outgrown this group of people because wow. Kaylin says, what women have to realize now is that men can't trust them with marital contracts. Now they'll have to choose marriage or a baby. They can't have both. Jhene Aiko's track record doesn't make her suitable for marriage. Again, Big Sean is smart, and I agree. She's not a suitable candidate for marriage, especially to a man like Big Sean. All right, a Big Sean can find 1,000 of those women. Big Sean's net worth, just looking at this, okay, his net worth is something around 25,000. Internet net worth. By the way, my internet net worth is more than that. All right, broke niggas. Pocket watching with JT's warming up like this. Oh, really? All right, look it up. Oh, actually, it was 14 million. That's why my ex-wife came after me. I don't know why that happened.
Anyway, so I wanted to play that right there because the thing is that when you deal with formulation, Aiko, right? So for the young boys out there, I'm telling you right now, any girl that play with crystals, that smoke weed, and don't get me wrong, you know, I smoke myself and everything, but at the end of the day, I am a great and responsible person, so I'm not going to abuse you, and you are safe with me. But most of the time, if a woman like smokes weed to the point where she has her own weed, you need to watch out. All right, because she ain't smoking for no reason. There was she's treating something. She's medicating something. She's trying to relieve herself from some kind of pain. Especially if somebody smokes a lot. Like I don't judge you for smoking, but if you were smoking to the point where like yo, you smoke a lot, like yo, you need to go ahead and look into that shit and see like why that person smokes too much. Same as anything else. If how can I say she like heavy into astrology and stuff like that, and when they just too liberal, also the septum ring stuff like that. So any man that's experienced can look at Jhene Aiko and just look at her choices. And again, when you were a young boy, and again, she met Big Sean when they were much younger, and this is one of those things where y'all met when y'all was young, and being as though y'all have a history together, sometimes men have a hard time letting go of a woman and letting go of their relationship because to a certain degree, in these situations, especially like the one that Big Sean was in, most definitely narcissist. And also, like I always say, the way that he's dealt with her, this is the only way you really can deal with a single mother. Like you really cannot fully commit to them because they can never fully commit to you. It's always a game of it's trying to. Women really do enjoy the game of trying to get you to commit or make you fall in love, and women go through a lot of stuff. I mean, they be doing voodoo. Okay, they put witchcraft on you. All right, they make you spaghetti. You do with that what you may. Use your imagination. Okay, I know you can. All types of different stuff. I mean, women will literally pretend to be someone else just to get you to invest. Just because a lot of the shit is it's for their survival. It's so they can secure that meat, money, attention, money, energy, attention, and time. Listen, shout out to CJA. Either you want to pay in one or all four. And a lot of men paying all four. Broke men be paying in attention and time, bro. All right. Like when you ain't got your itch together, yo, fam, she is on the you gotta be on the phone with her more. You know what I'm saying? You gotta tolerate more. She gonna gain weight on you. You understand? All that shit. But anyway, I want to get I want to listen. I wanted to play this history that the whole history real quick. I think this is over. I think it's right here. So CJ kind of walks us through the history, and I wanted to just play a little bit of it so we have a little more context to what kind of woman Jhene actually is. And again, when you're young, you can't see these things. But one of the benefits of being an OG is that I've experienced enough life to learn how to think 10 and 20 years ahead. The older you get, the further ahead you can think. Whereas when you're young, you got a hard time thinking 6 months ahead, a year ahead, right? So you're able to also see if I start this now, even with this content, fam, this is a thought that started back in 2021. 2020, honestly. I really been doing content. If I count my battle shit, I've been doing content for a long time. In terms of appearing on the internet in the form of content. I've been doing content for a super long fucking time. And look how long it took me to start doing my own channel and have my shit look professional and have a professional. Well, I had a mic before, but you know, my sound good. My lighting got better. Got backdrop going. You understand? So, as an OG, when I see this situation and whatnot, I can see exactly what's going on. This is the kind of girl that yo, she's cool when she's cool. I can have a good time when she's in that mood. Because again, people who are mentally unstable, they have seasons of happiness, and generally around like the fall and whatnot, they just pretty much start. They'll get patchy with you, where you know they become different people for certain amounts of time. Mostly because they'll lean into the stimulation they get from that how can I say that dopamine depletion, which kind of results in someone coming off as depressed or they feel irritated or angry or whatever the fuck. And this can be really stressful for the person that's with them, is because they're not understanding who they're even dealing with. Like you're like a whole different person to them. You know what I'm saying? But let me go ahead and play some of this.
You're just, but you don't have to do that. Like you could just be like, I'll get me a fresh 18-year-old Filipino that hasn't been impregnated at 13 and 14. You can still avoid single motherhood. You don't have to do it. All right. But anyway, let me get to these. He said a rickshaw as your kid look like a rickshaw driver, rickshaw puller. You don't look nothing like you. You looking crazy as hell. All right, man. Nah, bro. All right, I'm giving y'all options here. He said looking like Manny Pacquiao. You gonna be in the club training your kid to be the next Manny Pacquiao. This is my stepson. Right. It's another man. His father drives a tuk-tuk, a rickshaw. But I'm raising him up. You're gonna be the next. Shout out to Big Sean, man. We over here trying to win. Big Sean, you a winner in my book. Even though Kanye West says the worst thing he ever did in music was signing Big Sean, I'm going to let that slide. Kanye West, yeah.
I'm not going to say what race, what people. We know I can't say that.
Right. Woo! Shout out to the King of Spades. Says search Bill Carson on Pocket.
I'm going to go back a little bit more.
Jake 16, happy birthday to the wife, Jhene. Because how you get him is how you lose him. He saw her.
All right, here we go. Boom. Right? So I want to get it right here, right? So the way that they got together, so for the most part, Big Sean came into her life on some Chad shit. So she wanted the monkey branch to him because he was a up and coming rapper. And, you know, she knew that he had promise in the music industry and everything. And around that time, Big Sean was more popular and was doing this thing. And it was like kind of on and off collaborators and everything. And for the most part, listen, they probably been smashing since 2012. Whenever they collaborated the first time, they probably been smashing since then, right? So another thing about this kind of girl is that this kind of girl is going to be promiscuous, and she's not. She's more impulsive. If you come around a girl that's impulsive and stuff like that, that means they have a propensity, or they usually will engage in promiscuous behavior because they'll just do shit on the impulse. You know what I'm saying? They'll just get a feeling, right? You ain't got the stomach. So anywho, Jhene had, I think, about 2 marriages, right? So she was a single mother. Then she got married, and for the most part, it seemed as though she was messing with Big Sean during her actual marriage. And then the marriage ended around 2015, all right? So they going through some of the history real quick, and I wanted to make sure that we touch on that so we can understand, again, what kind of woman we dealing with and why we have to, the men, and it's tough because you really may care for a woman and whatnot, right? But you understand that it's probably not in your best interest to get legally married to her. And not only that, you may also realize that you're not going to benefit from being married to it. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing's going to come from it. It's going to actually be like, oh man, I'm so glad we got married. You know what I mean?
Apex predator and really stab a guy in the back early on in one marriage, dip at the first sign of getting a better guy, only to end up trying to get him to make the same dumb decision that he'd seen her ruin another guy on. And she cheated on the previous guy, and he like, hell no. And I don't know what's happened in their 10 years together, but he probably saw some other shit other than that. So she got a baby daddy. She married another guy while knowing Big Sean. Big Sean was there. She's married less than a year, and then she's with Big Sean trying to force him into another marriage and get her in her clutches, get him in her clutches, and he was like, nope, no. No, nope, no.
Nope.
No. All right? He was like, no way.
What kind of fuck you give me?
No way. So let me go ahead and then we can clear this up here. All right, happy birthday to my gorgeous wife. He wrote on 2016. Happy to be on a quest with you. Things got particularly confusing when rumors started spreading that Aiko was dating Big Sean. Aiko wished Big Sean a happy birthday on Instagram the same month her DJ and music producer husband wished her happy birthday. Right there. Right there. Okay, let's go ahead and connect that dot just so you can see it.